contemplative prayer, the ability to find peace and connection and that sense of presence in prayer activates the same neural circuits as a securely attached child co-regulating with a loving parent. So definition there. What does co-regulating mean? Children, when they're young, don't have the ability to regulate their own nervous system.
Yeah, they need to borrow your prefrontal cortex.
Right. And so if a parent is anxious, a child becomes anxious because that's who they're attuning to. If a parent is calm and resolved and present and peaceful, the child's nervous system attunes to that.
Totally.
Right? And so it which builds, I think, upon itself, it's not just necessarily an emotionally distant house, but an emotionally up and down all over the place, or emotionally anxious. Volatile is a great word. An anxious household where there was this sense of tension that lived at all times, that's what you were always attuning to. And now you find yourself as an adult attempting to stop and carve out extended periods of time to rest and to pray and to connect. Why are you finding so much friction there? Again, prayer, I guess, as a foundational thesis, is not just about talking to God, right? This external communication of a being that lives outside of you, but is this deeper learning to rest in God.
Yeah. To connect. I think you said that word connect earlier. I like, the tradition in the church would call it union with God. The goal is union. The goal is to connect, and not just like in this abstract, ethereal kind of spiritual, and certainly it's spiritual, but everything that is spiritual, and we've talked about this before, is absolutely, with our Catholic sacramental worldview, is also physical, physiological. We're woven together. So we pray not as angels. We don't pray as pure spirits. We pray as bodies and souls delicately woven together, linked by the will and the intellect. And, and even anyways, all the science is kind of revealing that the church has always taught to be true. And so the goal is union. And there's like this experience of union that he desires for us to have in this connection with the divine, which gives us connection with ourselves. And we come to that place of silence and the voices start chirping. And we have this inability to be still and to rest. We've said plenty of times before that the opposite of addiction isn't sobriety, but it's connection. And this is prayer is a critical part of the equation. And I think what you're hitting on is huge here, because so often we can just, I don't know how to pray, or I feel like I'm a failure at it. And I think what you're highlighting here, it can bring some self-compassion to understand, hey, maybe there's something going on underneath the surface that actually limits my ability to pay attention, to keep focus, and to connect.
Yep.